alone in the wilderness. What's up guys, Dan here, Coalcracker Bushcraft. Didn't have to go far out in the woods for this one because today something came in the mail. Something, I know what's in here. I know what's in here. I saw pictures of it, but today's the first time I'm gonna hold it in my hands and I am super excited about it. So I thought before I open it, which is killing me that I didn't open it, I'm gonna open it with everybody on camera because this is definitely a fun one. So one of the coolest things about owning a survival school is I get to meet a lot of interesting people, and in a recent class I started speaking to one of them. His name's Joe, about axes, and here it turns out that Joe is like a wealth of knowledge. He's an axe collector. He knows everybody in the axe world, I feel like, at least the guys that I know who are like heavy duty collectors, and Joe is one of them. And I said to Joe, there's an axe I'm looking for, and he said, well, what's that axe? And I said, it's the Proenneke axe, and he knew exactly which one it was. And to be honest, I didn't know what axe Proenneke had. I know it was a double bit axe, and I know he used it to build his cabin, and I know he had some other axes there at the cabin, but until recently I bought this book that outlined a lot more of the equipment that he had there from the archives, and I realized that it was a Gamble's Artesian double bit boys cruiser axe. Couldn't find one online anywhere. So Joe was like, no, I just got rid of one of them. I can get you one. I said, well, if you can get me one, you get me one. And didn't he come through within, I don't know, a week and a half? He had the thing. So he got the axe head and he's like, you want me to do it up for you? So now I love doing axes. I love putting them together, putting the handles on them, sharpening them, but I let Joe do everything. And he sent me a few pictures. It looks awesome, and that is what is inside this package. So I'm gonna open it right here with all of you. We'll see how good of a shipping job he did with this packaging. And it seems like it's pretty well. I mean, you can't really hurt the axe, but one thing with this axe, this is gonna be a used axe. I am not hanging this on a wall, even though I feel like it's probably worth a couple bucks and a lot of people would die to have this axe. I myself am gonna be using this thing because at some point in life we're gone and you gotta enjoy the things you got. So that's what we got. All right, well, Joe even has some bubble and everything in here. Look at this. All right, Joe, you get an A++ on shipping. There is tape, there is everything going on here. So let's check this thing out. Joe said it's really sharp, and I believe him. Look at this. Pristine. Look at that. I'll get some close-up shots right now. Wow. And there you go. That is an up-close view of this thing. You can see that the head is absolutely awesome, handle awesome. But what you might notice, and you might be questioning, is why do the grinds on the axe look a little bit different? And that's where a double bit axe like really truly shines. Two different bevels on the axe is very traditional. One side would be a lot sharper. In this case, we did a 22-degree grind on that side, and the other 32, which is a little bit more robust. So that more robust side would be if you're like splitting out wood, okay, or if you are cutting bark. I'm like cutting bark off trees in case there's any kind of debris or anything. It can also be used if you're going to be down near roots of trees and things like that, just because it's going to be a little bit heavier, more robust. The other side, 22 degrees, okay, is going to be a little bit finer edge. So that's going to be for your fine carving and your fine axe work. So if we're thinking about building stuff like Proenneke would have made, benches and chairs and his bed and things like that, his chopping the trees down, originally he would have used a heavier bevel, the 32 degree, to knock all the bark off the tree, 22 degree to get into that good heartwood and chop it down because it's nice and clean on the inside, splitting back to the other side, and then back to the sharp side when you do all the fine work to actually put the furniture together. All right, so a couple specs on the axe itself. We ended up going with a 26.5-inch handle because it's a boys cruiser axe, so it's nice and definitely packable, and it's going to be easy to move around in the woods. This way on the bit, we're looking at about 8 1/4 inches, and then height, depending I guess where you'd want to measure this thing, 4 inches out at the bit, and in the center we're looking at a little over 3. So very cool. Now as far as weight of the head, I did ask Joe, I'm like, hey, what is the weight of this thing? Because I don't have a scale here. So there's 2 numbers, and this is, he always learns something from students. So there's 2 numbers here, 2, and then there's a small 2. So the first number is the pounds, that's how many pounds it weighs. The second number, 2, okay, is 1/4 pound. So that's the remaining weight of the axe. So there's 2 1/4 pounds. That's how they used to. So this would be a 2.5 pound axe head on here. And we got to go out. We got to do a little chopping and a little slicing with this thing. So I'm just walking through the field with this. Like the nostalgia of just having a tool that, you know, like is a part of like woodsman history is awesome. I mean, I feel like this is almost Dick Proenneke's axe. That's how excited I am about this whole thing. Oh, just pumped about it. All right, guys, so down tree because I don't need to cut a tree for anything right now. So we're just gonna see penetration-wise on this. Again, check around, make sure you're safe always. So we wanna just see kind of penetration, and we are getting some chunks. Let's see if I can just pop this out. Look at this. So chunk already flew. We're at least 1 1/4 inches into that, so not bad at all. Actually really good. I would not say that that is anything sad to worry about whatsoever with that, so definitely excited about that. All right, guys, so I grabbed a birch sapling here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna buck it, we're gonna split it, and then we're gonna see if it can make some shavings here. So how can you beat that? One hit with that. Covered our piece, so let's just split this thing out and see how this splits. Should be nice. All right, splits really nice and easily here. Let's give it another little split. Oh, ran out on me there. All right, working really well with that. Good. Again, it's different having that extra blade up there. So let's check here as far as shavings go with this thing. Definitely making nice shavings. The wind's killing me here a little bit, but a nice balance, especially when I get my finger out in the front like this for a little bit more control. Real sharp, very controllable actually for a head that size. Really nice. So I'll show you some of these shavings here. Look at, so really easy work, really quickly with the Gamble's Boys Cruiser axe. So there you go, that is my new axe. I got to go make a sheath for this thing. Thanks again, Joe, for finding this thing and putting it together for me. I am forever grateful for this thing. So I'm super excited about it. Off to the shop to try to make a sheath real quick, and then I will have a new tool for my arsenal. So if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe down below. You can also check us out at Coalcracker Bushcraft.com for all our classes, our gear, and our blog. And until next video, stay in the woods.